Hi everybody, Cindy here with Pathways Homestead. So I just did a boo-boo. I just realized that I filmed the whole beginning of me making soap without any sound. So I'm having to start over. So what I have here is I have 22 ounces of coconut oil in this crock pot setting on low. I have 8 ounces by weight of water. It's filtered. And I have 2.8 ounces of sodium hydroxide in this can. That is by weight. But in this isn't a can, this is a cup. So I have my safety equipment, got my goggles, go on over my glasses, got my gloves. So 22 ounces of coconut oil, 8 ounces of water, 2.8 ounces of sodium hydroxide, lye. I have my molds, and I got some new molds, cheated, because they were on sale, so I got them real cheap. And this is going to save me some cutting time. And then I have my thermometer, I have my immersion blender, I have my towel to blanket with when I'm done. Plastic spoons. You can use stainless steel spoons, but you do not want to use any other kind of metal or wooden spoons. I prefer to use plastic. And these are just cheap ones I got at the dollar store. I use the coconut oil from the dollar store, so you'll need 4 of these. You'll just use a little bit out of the 4th one, but so it'll take 3 full ones and just a little bit, like an ounce, not even quite an ounce, out of the 4th one. And so, parchment paper to cover these when I go to blanket them, so that the towel doesn't go into them. So into the bars and set up. So here we go. I'm going to go outside and mix my lye with my water. And I'll just mix it with a plastic spoon. Make sure you have your protection. Make sure you have on a long sleeve shirt. Make sure you have on rubber gloves and eye protection. Even if you wear glasses, wear the eye goggles. Alright, here we are outside. We're going to mix the lye with the water. The wind is from the south, so it's blowing the fumes away from me. I'm going to have this out here where I'm not breathing the fumes. I'm going to pour this in slowly and stir. That big clump is not a big deal. Just make sure you get it stirred in real good. Typically in the summertime, I will do this step first and have this cooling while I'm measuring out my coconut oil, because it usually takes the water longer to cool down than the coconut oil to heat up. But it is wintertime, so this is going to cool down a whole lot faster. And you must be careful, guys. This water will be extremely hot and corrosive, so you don't want to get it on anything. If you do, flush it with cold water immediately. And then use a little bit of white vinegar. But flush it with cold water first, and then use the white vinegar. Alright, this is all stirred in. I'm going to go in and let this cool down. I'll come back in a little bit and check the temperature and see if it's ready. I want it around 100 degrees. We've hit the magic number. The oil and the water are at about 100 degrees. And now I'm just going to slowly pour in the water and lye mixture into the oil. And stir that in. Transfer this over and run some cool water in it to neutralize that lye a bit. Right, and then we're going to hit this with the wand blender until it gets thick. See, that is a trace. See how that glops up there? It's the consistency of pudding. So I'm going to let this cook for about 20 to 30 minutes and we'll come back and check on it. I've cooked this down. It's finished. I stirred it. I need to add my essential oil, which today I'm going to use tea tree oil. And I put about a teaspoon of oil into my soap. And then you just mix it in really, really good. And it is really strong smelling. And this is a hot process soap, so it's a little puffy feeling. Whoops, that didn't work. This is not working like I planned, but that's okay. It's okay. Sometimes you got to work at things till you learn how to do it a little better. But yeah. So there we go. We have 8 bars of soap. And it's real flaky and crusty. That's what I don't like about hot process soap, but what I do like about it is it'll be ready to go in just a few days. Set it over here with my sink full of dirty dishes. I know, you guys have one too. That's kind of a constant in any home, is a sink full of dirty dishes. Got my parchment paper to cover those. These I didn't use, so we'll just put them over here. Put my blanket over that soap and let it cool down. And tomorrow I'll turn it out of the molds and we'll be able to use it in about 3 or 4 days when it hardens up a little bit. So that's what you have to do when you make your own soap and you don't keep up and you run out. So I've got to get in the habit of making soap, picking a day and just making soap, because it's just, I don't know, I'm just not keeping up too good with everything, but you know, that's how it is right now. Some days you just have to prioritize. So thank you guys and have a blessed day.